Honestly, I would just really depend on my brother just to go out there and hold it down for me until just really my stomach felt right. Just had some bad stuff before the game. Really couldn't control it, so just it is what it is.
Is that hard, like going into the game there on the third series, not being able to, get out there and start with the team right away?
Yeah, it was just tough just knowing that I was in warm-ups and it may be recorded, but I definitely went back in and had to handle some business with that. And so I went back in and I was just like, Nick just gonna have to handle it for me until I get back in, and until then, he did his job and he did what he was supposed to do, and that's all it is about.
What'd you eat? Was it the run set?
It's wild. I really just ate like a sausage biscuit. When you think about it, just let that sit in.
Do you want to talk about football or?
Pepto-Bismol, what saved the day?
I don't even know. It really was a ginger ale. I had some Canada Dry, and so that was just typical thing your mama give you. So
Yeah.
Obviously, this offensive line has struggled the last couple of weeks. Like, what's been the conversations like in the offensive line trying to solve some of these issues?
I would just say getting back to our fundamentals. I'd just say we was a little bit too high on our pedestal, and that kind of just humbled us and put us back right in our spot. And I think so. This practice just made us get back to where we was at, from like back to camp, just back hungry.
Was Penn State and Nebraska doing some things that you guys haven't seen from the other teams?
I would say for sure they was a good defense, but it was nothing new that we never seen. I just felt like we just didn't respond or react to it well.
In the run game specifically, what do you feel like has gone wrong for you guys, and what can you improve on specifically in the run game?
I would just say we just miss crucial blocks, and sometimes those are the key blocks to just get us downfield, and those is really just what's setting us back right now.
What does George Karlaftis do really well that makes it a challenge for you guys?
He's a power rusher. He loves to use his power to speed, and sometimes the speed to power, and he loves that spin move. Those is really like what sets him apart from other ends and stuff like that. But I think Jack Sawyer gives a great look at me, and he did this week for sure.
Have you faced anybody like him on the schedule this year?
Nobody, I would say, but like I said before, Jack Sawyer probably is like the closest comparison to him, and I think he gave me a great look during scout this week.
Dawand, you mentioned Nick coming in when you weren't able to start, and for him to be able to switch sides from tackle and whatnot, and you've been able to see that all season, what does that say about his versatility, and just what do you think about Nick and his versatility this season?
I already knew Nick was so versatile just because he offered, and I was like, yeah. I just had to handle it on the right side, and I knew he was going to handle the left side just like he was. And so with him being versatile, being able to switch, and just us rotating, it just helps our bodies and helps all of us out a lot, just knowing that it's a long season, and him being versatile, going to be able to go back and forth, and just everybody going down, and no matter what the numbers are, and Nick being able to do that for us is crucial.
Part of the reason that you guys had rotated is because you said you were sick a little bit early on. Harris has been banged up. Dare's been banged up. And you're rotating almost because you have to. Would there be any benefit at some point if you guys just got 5, just got the play?
I would say so, but it is what it is. We can't sit here and complain on anything, and we just got to line up. Put the ball on the ground and just line up and play. Unfortunately, you can't control some things, but I feel like we just can't make excuses and just go do it.
You said Jack was pretending to be George this week.
Yeah, I would say so.
So, from Jack's perspective, what makes Jack tough to block, and why does he excel the way he has in the field?
I would say his speed, and I was just saying with George, he uses a lot of speed to power, and so Jack with his speed, he gets right under you, and I can see both players kind of have the same tendency. They like to get under you and go speed to power, just like a couple of other players did, like Coop, and so those guys, I feel like, prepared me for this matchup.
Dawand, you guys run quite a few RPOs and stuff. How tough is it to maintain that discipline of trying to get downfield, vertically in the run game, because it could be a run, but then it might be a pass. You know what I mean? How tough is it to maintain that discipline?
It's pretty tough just knowing that I have longer steps and a longer way to get to my point, and knowing that I'm going to get there faster than everybody else. And so I just have to check my awareness and check the down and check where the yards are, and just make sure I'm doing every step right so I don't end up in a bad position.
When they called you on Saturday for illegal downfield and stuff, was that an RPO? You remember? It was a ball into the end zone. It was incomplete, I think. And you guys ended up kicking a field goal, but you know what I mean. You were downfield, you know.
Yeah, I don't even think it was my fault. Coach wasn't even mad.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Like I said, I can only control what I can control, and a situation like that, like I had no option, so I was going to be playing out just because I was downfield.
Yeah, and what I'm getting to is though, our defense is getting kind of good at like luring guys downfield. You follow my? You follow me? I mean, have you ever felt it was intentional?
Nothing I say. I really can't tell because I don't look at the linebacker in the line. So that's not really my perspective. So I really can't touch on that base.
Yeah. So,
I'm good right here.
We've kind of asked Nick and then we asked you, like, the offensive line is struggling. Do you guys think you're struggling right now? Because it seems like you guys aren't giving up. You gave up some sacks to Nebraska. Like, you're not giving up a lot of sacks. You guys are still, Trevion still, I think, had 90 yards rushing. Like, do you guys see yourself playing well, or do you think you're struggling?
I mean, I know that we're struggling, but we don't try to look at it like that and put it in our face. We just got to get back to the drawing board because it's just like I watch a lot of UFC, and so I look into it like a submission, and as far as like a submission, they don't. If you're a good submission artist and you are trying to get out of submission, you don't panic, and so that's what we're doing right now. Just don't. There's no need to panic right now. So.
Would you be a good UFC fighter?
Me? No.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Right now or all time?
Or both?
Right now, I say Sugar Sean, and all time, I say Anderson Silva for sure. Or John Jones. This tough. That's tough. That's tough.
Coach Wilson was saying that the line needs a little bit more communication, a little bit more focus. And he said it's not going to take a heck of a lot. It's not an impossible thing to get back to where you were. What do you mean by the communication part? I think I know what you mean.
He would just say relaying calls just from even the sideline to the quarterback and the quarterback to the O-line. I would just say stuff like that is just simple, and we miss it. And y'all see it on the film, and we just got to get back to how we normally do it and normally call plays and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys,
You were in high school when Purdue last beat Ohio State. Where you were from, I'm sure that was a big deal. Do you remember like watching that game or much about it?
Yeah, I do. I remember we was playing this team called Southport, and then I got to the locker room. I got offered by OSU recently, and so everybody just like, OSU just lost to Purdue, and I'm just like, I really don't care, y'all. And so I'm just like, I gotta go there. We gonna smash them, but it's just a little off topic. They had offered me a walk-on, and so I just took that personally, and I've been putting that to this week and just putting into it. Since I seen the game on our schedule, it's been like a major topic for me for sure.
So Purdue never offered a scholarship to you at all?
Never.
Even like after OSU?
Never.
did that hurt your feelings?
Nah, it didn't hurt my feelings. A little bit it did, just knowing I'm a home state kid, and none of my schools offer a little bit like into my recruitment, but I just took it as a L and just put it back into my grind.
How far away are you from Purdue?
Oh, I ain't even get close to them.
I mean, a couple hours.
Oh, you talking about like how far from home?
Yeah, from home.
It's only like 45 minutes to an hour.
And they told you could walk on.
Yeah, they said I could walk on the football team.
They didn't see anything in this 6'8" beast.
Nothing too special. I guess so.
Does that add impetus for you this week? Does it add adrenaline to your
For
approach?
sure, it definitely lit me up just knowing that it plays in my mind all the time, no matter if it's this week or last week before. I just know that's in the back of my head. That's what they did. That's what they decided to do, and I just got to keep working as hard as I can.
Two more questions for Dawand.
Did IU offer?
Oh, they did, but they offered me a second. So I mean, that's what that is. But I don't never try to discuss something like that.
Dawand, ginger ale and Mama's Remedy apparently seem to have done the trick. What did it mean for you to be named one of the offensive champions at the end of that game, given your delayed start?
It honestly felt like an honor just knowing that. I just went up to par. I felt like I for sure wasn't normally as I play as well. Just knowing I come out the ball just wasn't as hard as I normally was. But I honestly felt like I did horrible. But to the coaches, I appreciate it. But I just got to do better this game.